Questions?
I got a question. Birmingham, USFL had a lot of issues, right? Having a hub city, right? But still getting local fan base interest. How are you guys going to work with Arlington, with having everyone here, but then still developing like Seattle, St. Louis, those local fan base connections?
Well, all our teams are actually playing in their cities. So I think as compared to the USFL where they played all centrally in their hub, our teams actually will practice here, then we'll disperse to the cities. And our coaches will be spending time, and the XFL, we will be committing to our communities and our cities, building relationships. We'll have staff in our cities, so each one of our cities, our XFL staff, developing real relationships. So we won't see that as a problem.
Dany, or pardon me, either one of you,
Sure.
Spring football really hasn't worked. You know, it's gotten close. Why do you feel like this time, 2023, this one's going to work?
Well, I would say to you, from 2020, spring football was starting to work.
Yeah, it was.
Right? And then the pandemic made it not work.
Yep.
And then I would even say for the USFL, who just finished their spring football, they had some nice numbers. They had some really good consistency. They were competing really nicely against the other sports that were there in spring. So, you know, the passion is there. It's just about having the consistency and making sure you have great quality product and that you're engaging the community. I think that's really, really important. That you're there and you're committed.
We were really aware going into this one, you know, this being the third iteration of the XFL. We were around with Vince McMahon when that first iteration happened. So we were keenly aware of some of the challenges that spring football had, but also aware of the real appetite was still there from the consumers and from the fans. So we decided, the acquisition happened in first quarter of 2020, so we could have been ready by 21. We wanted to take our time, look and examine and analyze all the challenges, many of which you know. So I think we got a shot with this one.
Dwayne, first off, thank you for Black Adam and Comic-Con, by the way.
Thank you, man. That was something else. I appreciate it.
Arlington, you talk about pride with the city of Arlington. You talked about Mayor Ross and those relationships, but there's also a lot of excitement building in this entertainment district. You've got the hotel construction, Lowe's Arlington's going to be here. This has a chance to be a really great opportunity for the XFL and Arlington. So could you both just talk about the partnership and why Arlington was the right fit?
Sure.
Yeah, actually, sure. I'll start. First of all, Oh, okay. No problem. First of all, it is about a relationship. Once we started, from the initial conversations with Arlington, Rev Entertainment, leadership in Arlington, there has been this dynamic appetite to do more, right? So we have been committed. They have been just as committed. The conversations have been exciting. Every idea we had, they had an additional idea. So there's really this combined vision to do more. And the XFL is committed to not only advancing the ecosystem of football, but all of sports. And so Arlington leadership, Rev Entertainment are committed to the same thing. It was a perfect match.
Yeah, the city of Arlington, Rev Entertainment, the Texas Rangers, everybody who we talked to, they really met us halfway. And again, you come to the table and you hope that there's a good amount of ambition that will meet you halfway and hopefully see the vision that you have. And it's been really across the board that Arlington, around every corner, has met us halfway. And to your point, there's a lot of great stuff that's happening here in Arlington, man. It's really building nicely, and you could feel it. It's a real thing with the construction, with the cities, with the city and everything that's happening. So I think it's going to be the perfect convergence of brands coming together. And again, as I said up there at the podium, this is not a one-off event. We're looking to really build something with the city of Arlington and overall in the great state of Texas with 3 football teams.
With a game like the game that built in 2020 with the little changes, or are you guys going to keep tinkering with it for 2023?
You're going to see a lot of similarities to the game. We just completed and finalized with our coaches on today's Monday, on Saturday, our rules. So we've got them locked in. We'll start to roll them out. But there was a lot of great work put into that game. I think it showed up beautifully. We were really pleased with the product on the field. The fans responded very, very well to the access and to the changes. So we've tinkered just a touch, but you're going to have some similarity. And I think that's really important that we have continuity.
We also brought on Dean Blandino, who many of you guys may know. And again, I think in the effort and the spirit of really taking our time, doing it right, analyzing the games from 2020, even with the limited season that they were able to play, see what worked, what fans responded to, and build off of that. And we were also excited to kick the tires a little bit creatively and see what else we can do and how we can make the game more compelling, more exciting, maybe faster, and more exciting for the fans too as well. And that's been the fun part too. I'm sorry, because we don't have 32 owners who have to agree and vote on things like that. We're pretty nimble, so.
We're reachable. We're always available.
Yeah,
We're involved.
that's true. Yeah.
I think you had a
How important is
question.
having a relationship with Rev Entertainment and the City of Arlington and bringing this hub vision to reality?
Oh, please.
Well, the Rev has been really amazing partners. Again, when you come to the table with something like this and there are ambitious goals that we have, Rev Entertainment has been phenomenal from day one, not only seeing the vision, but also I think adding to it as well. And that's always a fun part when you launch off into a venture like this. You personally, for Dany and I, we really enjoy the power of possibility. Like there's nothing we can't do. And Rev Entertainment really reflects that. Our relationship with them, they've been great.
And I'll add to that too, because you had that great question about why this league why we feel we'll have more success. We specifically committed to co-creation, right? So the co-creation aspect of our values does mean in bringing in more partnership and bringing them in with the decision making, right? We're not in an ivory tower making our decisions without listening to our partners or our community or our fans or our coaches who are deciding on our rules or our athletes. And so those partnerships make a huge difference. You will hold that.
You'll hold that forever.
You'll hold it.
I'm such a
I don't
shake.
work out with you.
I got it.
You'll hold it.
One more question.
Been in that.
Dwayne, you've already touched on this once, but when you first got here and saw the three stadiums in here, saw Texas Live, saw the energy that's coming up right here, and then you saw where your venue is going to be in the middle of all that. Talk about how that made you feel.
Not only extremely excited, but also really motivated. I've been a lucky guy over the years. I've known Dany since I was 18. We've had the privilege of working together for a very long time, and working with many businesses over the years to co-create, as you said, but also take part in really big events, from WrestleManias here at AT&T Stadium to multiple events throughout Texas over the years, in sports, in entertainment. When we got here yesterday and we had that event over at Texas Live, man, that was special. And I had just come from Comic-Con, as that gentleman had said, that morning. We were there. There were 6,000 screaming fans at that particular, there in Hall H, and that was incredible. And I will tell you that a day later, we wind up here at Texas Live, where there's maybe just a fraction of those rabid fans at Comic-Con. What we experienced at Texas Live, and to know that that's going to be a reflection, hopefully, fingers crossed, of the experience we're going to have here in Texas, it very, very motivating. We can't wait.
We're in a city in which almost 48% of the population are Hispanics. Why do you think this sport may attract Hispanics? Why do you think they should come and watch these games?
Yeah.
Well, this Hispanic, I'm Cuban American, Garcia. Football is for everyone. Football is, and our vision for the XFL has inclusivity, diversity. It has diversity in who we hire, has diversity on the field. This sport and the way we're positioning it, even the access to pricing, is so that everyone can come. And this is a family. This is not about an athlete being so far away that you can't touch. This is about being in a community. And that community feel, that is very Hispanic, very Latino, but that's who we are. And so our vision and our mission will be to continue to draw people in. And we'll reach out to all our communities so they know that we care and they're important to us.
Yeah, we're going to create a fun experience for our fans, especially all of our Hispanic fans here in this area. That's the goal, is to just create a very fun experience. And as Dany was saying, have real access to the players that they haven't had before. It's quite ambitious. It's also fun too. And so I think, so ideally, when fans come here to our stadiums, here at Choctaw Stadium and our stadiums, we're going to have such a rockin' time. So our goal is for them to have the best time at our games. When they leave, we want the fans leaving floating, that happy. So I believe that's what we're going to do.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Questions?
Russ, I asked these guys about rule changes. Will the game look that much different in 2023 than it did in 2020?
So I think from our standpoint, we're going to spend a significant amount of time. Actually, the other night we had a 4-hour meeting with all the coaches, all 8 coaches, and Dean Blandino, who's our head of officiating and rules and innovation. And you all know that Dean's a long time, head of officiating for the NFL, and we're talking about just that. How can we look at the game differently? Spent a lot of time. We made some good decisions, I think. But what we're going to do over the next few months is we're going to drop that up to our fan base and start telling people, how we're looking at it. Will the game look different? No, the game will be played on that field and played, with 4 downs, and we're going to be innovative, but we will not be gimmicky.
Is the timing of this? It seems like from his involvement, Dwayne's involvement, something that started 23 years ago. It seems like the timing of this is finally lined up what they wanted it to be 23 years ago.
Yeah, it's funny, being a part of the NFL when I've been in the NFL my whole career, basically. So watching it 23 years ago and sort of the evolution of it, sitting in owners' meetings for 22 years, there is a need for spring football. And we've always known that as football executives and people, and having Dwayne and Dany and Jerry Cardinal, who's not here, as owners, gives us a tremendous foundation for that. So I think the time is perfect. I think our location is perfect. Being significantly involved in the state of Texas, I think is perfect. And I can't wait to get to Arlington, be an active member of the community. Very excited for that.
Can I ask you, because I wasn't here last night.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of excitement, right?
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
I was blown away last night.
What do you, obviously pulling out of LA, pulling out of New York, what do you say to the fans there? I mean, Tampa, right, moved to Orlando, but not having LA, New York is the next switch around.
Yeah, we took a lot of time and effort looking at the cities, and a lot went into it. So we looked at what San Antonio had done previously and their thirst for football and the opportunity to go to San Antonio and Orlando. We think they're tremendous markets. So, from that standpoint, we obviously love LA and we love New York. It was just a decision that we made as a league, and we think it's the best holistically for what we're trying to achieve.
I've asked the same question I asked them. Obviously, we saw a lot of issues, USFL and the hub, and even though you guys are here, I understand we're playing in the cities, we're going out, but do you worry about not having that same fan interaction with the players living in the cities, interacting with the team players?
That's funny you say, when you're in the NFL, the only day that you really have to interact is on Tuesdays, right? So, in the way that you can connect with your fans is far different than when I started in football, through all of your digital and social content and everything around those lines. But we have plans, and Janet Duke, who I'm looking at over there, is our head of marketing. We have plans to be very active in our communities and be a very active member of the community, be in and out of our communities, whether we come in early, we stay late in the off season. We will be we'll be fully embedded in each market that we're in.
Well, I've read the press release. I'm just kind of reading between the lines.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not projecting. All right. It sounded to me like what you guys might be doing is, I see some similarity like MTV, like in terms of Big Brother, like that kind of access. Are you trying to do sort of a reality TV with the football team during the season?
So one of the nice things about being here is that we're like almost a 24/7 content engine. So we have listen, people love access. They love like watching the MLB All-Star game the other night when the guys were in there talking and different things. We can be innovative in that aspect, and that's what we want to do. Listen, there's no greater storytellers than Dany and DJ. So they get it. They understand that better than anyone, right? So we're going to work with their content teams, the Garcia companies, $7 and our content teams to give the fans what they're looking for, and that's more access. So that's what we're trying to achieve.
So a friend of mine in Mexico who's a reporter, he was asking, is the XFL going to go international? Are you guys planning to have international teams or games?
First, we're going to get this up and running.
Yes.
With all 18, but we are definitely we have vision, and hopefully that would be a part of the vision as we get this stood up over the next year or two. But nothing's off the table on our end. We're very focused on 2023 and getting that kicked off and then seeing where it all goes.
In your agreement with ESPN, do you know if they're going to have it the broadcast on ESPN Deportes too?
That is a great question that we can get an answer for you. But that is a very, very important partnership for us, our ABC, ESPN, Disney partnership. I think that's the foundation of who we are.
The XFL was very famous in Mexico. That's why I was asking.
Now, you guys are going to be very interactive with the community. In the previous XFL, they had local restaurants like Prince Lebanese as backstage food. Will y'all be doing the same thing here? Because I know the Rangers have picked them up, Hurtado, Eloise.
We're in the infant stages, but yeah, I mean, to your point there, that's exactly what we want to do.
Okay.
We want to be super involved with our communities. The cool thing is, especially here, we're going to be in Arlington. We're going to be living here, eating in local restaurants, and there are going to be 1,000 people here in the month of January to February alone. And I think we'll have a significant economic impact here in the community.
Now, also, with being Texas and North Texas not exactly weather-friendly all the time, how are y'all going to be working with that, considering it's an outside
So
stadium?
we're working with our athletic directors that I acknowledged earlier on indoors as well when we need that. I worked in Buffalo for 22 years, so we practice outside most of the time. But, when we have some real severe weather, we'll look at alternative measures there.
Right. I know Arlington High has a really good
Yes, they do.
stadium.
Yeah, our team here of athletic directors, Mayor Ross, I mean, they've been incredible.
Right.
This guy right here, Sean Decker,
All these guys.
he's like a family member at this point. So.
Right. Now, also, somebody else mentioned you guys are trying to do maybe like a Big Brother type situation. It seems more y'all are going to the esports streaming type situation where it's creating content on a regular basis. Are you guys kind of maybe using some of that as a model as well, considering that's been taking off like crazy?
Yeah, we're going to be obviously over the air, with our ESPN relationships and things like that. But the cool thing for us is because we're here and in one location, we have the opportunity to co-create. Jana here and her team on the content side, it's going to be 24/7.
Right.
So we're very excited about that.
That's awesome.
Really appreciate you guys.
No problem. Thank you.
Great to see you. Glad you made it back.
Well, for those of you who aren't from Texas, welcome to Texas. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Choctaw Stadium. We're very glad you could join us today. My name is Ian Fitzsimmons, ESPN reporter, field analyst, and host for ESPN Radio. It is my pleasure to be your MC for this press conference hosted by the XFL. As you already know, the XFL is a fan-first, fast-paced professional football league that was bought by Dany Garcia, Dwayne Johnson, and Redbird Capital Partners in 2020. They all saw the potential of this league. And out of their shared passion for football, they set forth on a mission to build the XFL into a sports and entertainment property that athletes, partners, fans would proudly embrace and love. And we have some special guests seated in the front row that some of you I know pretty well. A highly impressive group of longtime leaders in the game of football, visionaries of the sport, and will be crucial figures in helping XFL players achieve their professional dreams. Coach Stoops had the privilege of covering your teams at Oklahoma for years. It's a heck of a lot better than realignment, transfer portals, and NIL, Coach. I thought I'd see you at the Stagecoach in Wilson, Wyoming for church, but hey, well, maybe next week. Coach Phillips had the privilege of covering you here in Dallas. I was hoping you'd be wearing your boots because you had that great opening line. It's good to have these boots back in the state of Texas, coaching ball again. And Anthony Becht, we worked many a game together. We miss you at ESPN, man, but so excited for your future here in the XFL. Good to see you, boss. Good to see you. Also, Heidi Grant, Executive Officer of Gaming and Hospitality. Good to see you, ma'am. Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, of which this iconic stadium is named after. Trey Yelverton, City Manager of Arlington, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Schramm, Vice President of Rev Entertainment. And last night, the XFL announced the cities and venues its 8 teams will call home when the season kicks off in February of 2023. One of those teams will compete right here in Arlington at Choctaw Stadium. And with more on this and the opportunity that surrounds it, please join me in welcoming to the stage a groundbreaking visionary and the true definition of a mogul. She is an entertainment powerhouse, global entrepreneur, immersive producer, pioneering chairwoman, and on top of all of that, She is the first female to ever own a sports league. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome owner and chairwoman of the XFL, Ms. Dany Garcia.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So happy to see everybody today. Good morning to my coaches. We had such a wonderful evening last night. We are so excited to be here. We want to thank you all for being here at the City of Arlington, Rev Entertainment, and Choctaw Stadium. It's our pleasure to announce that we have selected the stadium and the City of Arlington to serve as our football hub and base of operations. When DJ, Jerry, and I brought the XFL, we knew we had a unique opportunity to build a new future for football. We always had a clear vision for the XFL to be more than just a football league. For our players, the XFL is an opportunity to pursue and fulfill their professional dreams. For our fans, the XFL is innovating and captivating. It's not just something you watch, it's something you experience. And for our partners, it's a chance to align with our purpose and culture-driven brand and be part of building a league from the ground up. This hub is a critical part of the vision and will serve as a core engine for our unique football universe. The concept brings together our teams, all of our teams, who will live and practice in this area. We're going to provide centralized locations to service our players, providing 360-degree support both on and off the field during the week. That's vital. For weekend games, the teams will travel to their home cities, engage with their communities, and compete. We couldn't be more excited to be right here. In just a few months, Choctaw Stadium will be the home venue for the Arlington-based team and the practice facility for our Houston team franchise. Arlington will be our training facility for optimized player development, staffed with on-site support from coaches and athletic trainers. And with our vision of building a global brand, the hub will serve as the XFL's content creation center. And that's very, very exciting. So this allows the leagues, the teams, the players to engage with fans through social media, emerging technology like no one has seen before. Together, we're going to create a new standard for accessibility. We're going to experiment with different forms of interactive content for the fans and the players in new, unique ways. We're going to build a deeply immersive and personal fan base. Beyond the field, Choctaw Stadium and our partnership with Rev Entertainment will provide the opportunity to build our brand as a live event entertainment company rooted in dynamic football, delivering compelling content for fans across the globe. We'll have flexible space for in-person fan events and league tentpole announcements, more caffeine this morning, allowing us to build a worldwide audience and develop deep community relationships. Choctaw Stadium is our home, and as we love to say, tomorrow's league starts today. We want to thank you all for joining us, and I look forward to working with all of you throughout the entire season. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dany. It's remarkably exciting to think that in 6 months, this stadium will be the new football hub of the XFL. And there are endless possibilities when it comes to fan engagement, league events here at Choctaw Stadium. With more on the XFL's partnership with Choctaw Stadium and Rev Entertainment, please welcome Sean Decker, President, Rev Entertainment, to the stage. John?
Thank you, guys. Good morning. Just for the record, I'm following Dany Garcia, and Dwayne Johnson just told me not to screw this up. So it's a pretty great day for me already. I got a lot of time this weekend to think about what we'd say here and kind of what today means to our group. And a lot of things, kind of thoughts, emotions kind of came rushing as we thought about putting this together, what it meant. I thought about, like, back to 2017, how we made a commitment to the residents of Arlington that Choctaw Stadium would continue to be a beacon in the entertainment district. And I thought about what a big day it is for that. I thought a lot about the 90-day conversion of this facility and the massive investment that ownership put forth to make this a home for high school football games, hundreds of them, with some of our partners here today that we're so proud of, for professional soccer, professional rugby, and now the XFL. What a massive day it is for that. I thought about the city of Arlington and their unwavering commitment to bring championships to this place, to this city, to this district, and ultimately how they've backed it up for more than a half a century now. And I thought about what a big day it was for that. I thought about our great partners at Choctaw, and I thought about how we spent a lot of time with a vision, with a dream for what this could be, and their confidence to put their name on this building after the Rangers moved out. And I thought about what a special day it is for that. I thought a lot about our Rev team. I thought a lot about how I'm the luckiest guy in America to get to come work with these guys every day, and how they have an unwavering commitment to work backwards from yes, and that how we've worked with the XFL so far has been great, but this is really just day one. Lastly, I thought about our friends and our family now at the XFL and how far that's gone for us and how important of a day today is for that. I think anybody in the room that's been around could tell you this is a pretty unique relationship. The goal was never just to be a site for the XFL. The goal was always to be the home of the XFL. The way that our staffs have assimilated together to work on this, to dream together, and to have a lot of fun together, I think is unprecedented in sports, and we're just at the beginning now. So a big thanks to those guys. Today's not possible without all of those things coming together, all those components in one way or another, and it's a really big deal. I want to thank our owners from Rev and the Texas Rangers and Ray Davis and Neil Liebman for their confidence in this vision and this idea. I want to really thank Dany and DJ and Russ and the whole XFL team for believing on us. We're just getting started, I can assure you that. Today is an absolutely massive day for Rev Entertainment and the Texas Rangers. It's a landmark day for the city of Arlington and Choctaw Stadium. We were so excited to have football here this weekend, and we cannot wait for what's to come and what starts right now. Thanks a lot.
Sean, congratulations. You didn't screw it up. Which, by the way, on that note, both my daughters, when I was leaving this morning, these are 16 and 14-year-olds. They woke up to see me off to this thing and said, Dad, there's some really important people there. Please do not embarrass the family. So, Sean, I'm right there with you, man. I'm in step, Coach. As the XFL makes Arlington its new home, it's only fitting that we now welcome Jim Ross, Mayor of Arlington, to the stage. Mayor?
Wow. I have this huge urge to say real loud, can you smell what Arlington is cooking? But I would never infringe upon Dwayne Johnson's trademark shout. This is so incredibly exciting. And first of all, I want to thank Dany. I want to thank Russ and Dwayne Johnson for selecting Arlington to be the base. If you haven't discovered the new Arlington, you're missing out. If you remember where Arlington was 15, 20 years ago, we were still that bedroom community lying between two large cities, and we're no longer a bedroom community lying between two large cities. With the addition of the Arlington team of the XFL and the XFL coming here, if you include our esports stadium, which is second to none, we now have 6 professional sports franchises here in Arlington. That's exciting. Nobody else can be saying that kind of stuff. We have nearly $1 billion of development going on right now. And if you haven't seen some of the exciting things going on with our new Lowe's Hotel, what's happening here in Choctaw Stadium with the addition of the XFL and Spark and everything else, Sean, thank y'all for everything that you're doing here. It is absolutely a blessing to be the mayor of Arlington at this particular time. We do something better than any other city. And I think it had something to do with the XFL selecting Arlington. We're not the prettiest. We're not necessarily the best at everything, but we're really good at relationships. It's the reason why the Rangers came here 50 years ago and never left. It's the reason why all of the sports franchises are coming here, is because we know how to treat people And what the XFL has in common with the city of Arlington is they know how to treat people. They take care of their players, they take care of their coaches, but they also take care of the community. Because if you didn't notice last night, Coach Phillips, I'm sorry they booed you a little bit. But if you didn't notice last night, this is a community that is excited about the XFL coming here. They are excited, and it's because of people like Dany and Dwayne and Russ who know how to build those relationships with their fans and with the city. So thank y'all for what you're doing with this community. I cannot tell you how excited we are that you're here in Arlington. God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next, I'd like to welcome Russ Brandon, President of the XFL, to the stage. Russ?
Jim, I think you're the prettiest. Thank you for everything. As everybody knows, building the league is a monumental task. And our goal was to be an active member of a community. We looked far and wide, and we chose the city of Arlington. With our players scheduled to be here from January to May, we will be an active member of the community. We will be here day in and day out. Thanks to you, Jim. In order to make it happen, we needed a true partner, and we found it in Jim Ross, the mayor of Arlington. Thank you, Jim. In addition, our partners at Rev Entertainment, Texas Rangers, can't say enough about Sean, Jared, the whole team there, ownership. Thank you for everything you've done. It's not only a partnership, it's a family to make this all happen. So thank you. And part of the challenge in doing this was finding a hub that could house our athletes. And we found that here in the city of Arlington. We found these locations. We're proud to announce that we've partnered with some exceptional facilities around the high school area. We're going to look at those now. Reggie Barlow with Washington, D.C., and Anthony Beck from St. Louis will share Vernon Newsom Stadium. Terrell Buckley and his Orlando team will share Northwest ISD Stadium with Hines Ward and the San Antonio team. And Jim Haslett with Seattle will share Dragon Stadium with Rod Woodson and our team in Las Vegas. These are incredible facilities, and I need to acknowledge the school's athletic directors for working in partnership with us. Philip O'Neill from Mansfield Independent School District in Vernon Newsom Stadium. Bill was the first person I met when we came to Arlington. Thank you for your leadership. Joel Johnson from Northwest Independent School District in Northwest ISD Stadium. Thank you. Taylor Fiedler with Carroll Independent School District and Dragon Stadium. Thank you. We're so pleased. We are truly grateful for all of these partnerships, and we are so excited for the XFL to be here in Arlington. Can't thank everybody enough. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ. Next to the stage, I'd like to welcome a global entertainment, fitness, and entrepreneurial trailblazer. He serves as co-founder and CEO of 7 Bucks Companies, founder of the fastest growing tequila in the history of all spirits. Terramana Tequila, I've had it. It's good, it's tasty, and it goes down sweet. Fastest growing energy drink in the market, Zoa Energy, and he is social media's most followed American man in the world. And I see we have a last minute addition here from DJ himself. People Magazine's sexiest man alive in perpetuity. And my wife and daughters would agree. Ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Johnson.
Wow, Ian, thank you for that. I appreciate it, buddy. Earlier, Ian said, hey, I just want to make sure. Good morning, everybody, by the way. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see my coaches. You guys are looking good. They're still hungover from last night. Listen, the most important thing is Ian had said, hey, I want to make sure that I say your Terramana correctly, that I've been saying it correctly. How do you say it? And I said, well, you just said it, Terramana. I said, so you've been saying it drunk all these years? He said, I have. So thank you for that intro. I want to start off with something that but Mayor Jim Ross had said. And by the way, Mayor, when you get up here, like you can, there you are. You can like get right into it. If you smell like it, go ahead, man. It's Arlington. This is a big one, right? Actually, I'm going to hold on what you said something, and I'm going to save it to the end because it was really important. And I thought it was such a strong, powerful thing that you said. The XFL has officially landed in the great state of Texas, the great football state of Texas, and we couldn't be happier to partner with the city of Arlington, the Texas Rangers, Rev Entertainment, Choctaw Stadium, and establish our new football hub. And I got to tell you, this is Choctaw Stadium is a special place, and I found that out myself. Not only will it be our main stadium for our hub here in Texas, but when I landed, I called up Sean Decker and I said, "Hey man, could you let me in? I'd like to work out." And I was here working out at midnight the other night, and around 1 o'clock in the morning, I decided to come out here to the field and just kind of soak everything in, because I realized like what a special opportunity this is for us of the XFL. What a special opportunity this is for the city of Arlington and the great state of Texas, where we have 3 football teams. So I spent some great time out here, just me and no one else, maybe the ghost, if you believe in ghosts like I do. But, this is a state that loves its football and a community that knows how to support its teams. So when Dany first brought the idea of buying the XFL to me, first of all, it was the easiest yes that I've ever said. And we both knew that it needed to be something different for the fans, for the players, and for the culture of football. And we like to say that the XFL is a league of opportunity and a chance for all of our players to prove themselves from sun up to sundown. Now, over the past few weeks, we've had our 6 showcases, and we've had 1,300 players work out for us, all invite only. And these invitations and our invitations to the draft are going to be sent out shortly. And, the XFL is something that's deeply personal to Dany. It's deeply personal to me too, because I know what it's like to be that player who almost makes it to a professional team. My goal was to play in the NFL. For those of you who don't know, I played at the University of Miami. We became national champions. I played with some of the greatest players of all time who are now in the NFL Hall of Fame. Some of the greatest coaches who these men have played against and have coached with too as well. So my goal was to make it in the NFL, and that didn't happen. And I always like to say that there are 53 men on an NFL roster. Well, I was always number 54. I was that guy who coaches said, "Hey, DJ, you're good, but you're not good enough." And this is where the dream ends for you. But that chip that put on my shoulder and that flame that thing created, being told you're not good enough at something, that has never gone away. It will never go away. But that same chip and flame, that's who our XFL players are going to be. And that's what's going to drive them. That's going to be their purpose. So it is deeply personal to me. And now life comes full circle. And it's always amazing to me just how God and the universe works in that wild, ironic way, where years later now, Dany and I have the amazing opportunity to create these opportunities for other players who are in my position. Who didn't have the shot, didn't have the opportunity like I have, like I didn't have, but they have it now. So this hub is an extension of that. It's a league of opportunity, a hub of opportunity, and that's what Arlington represents, is opportunity for these players to do something that they love, play with passion, live out their dreams, take care of their families. And we want to give the players every opportunity to succeed and show the world what they can do. We're going to develop them by providing tools and the training that they need. And we're going to use this space here in Arlington to Arlington to make sure that we harness the power of innovative technology and to create content and develop the next generation of loyal fans. Their success, the players' success, will become ultimately our success too. If they win, we win. Truly, it's that simple. We want to build a loyal fan base and grow the game of our global brand, the XFL, and together we're going to create a new standard for the future of sports entertainment and live entertainment. You know, and this idea of live entertainment is something that Dany and I know very well. Came from that world. And it's not just something that you watch. That's another thing too with the XFL. It's not going to be something that you just watch. It's going to be something that you experience. And that's what we can't wait to implement into our games. I want to thank everybody who has made this a reality. And I want to wrap this up. This is what I wanted to say is, you know, Mayor Ross, you said Arlington might not be the prettiest or might not be the best at everything, but you guys know relationships. And Dany and I have always said this. We've built our careers based on, yes, at one time in the professional wrestling business, yes, the Hollywood entertainment business, a few other businesses, Terramana Tequila, Ian's favorite. But most importantly, we're in the relationship business. And that is what this represents. So this partnership with Arlington and our hub here in Arlington, this is not a one-off. It's not a one deal. It's not a one event deal. Like we are looking to build something great for the culture of football, for the fans, the players, for the coaches, and that's going to take some time. But we have the talent, we have the vision, we have the trust, we have the work ethic, for sure. So thank you for that comment, Mayor, and thank you guys very much. And I look forward to kicking off our season in February. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
The difference here, he's working out at midnight. I'm fighting Terramana at midnight. There it is, right? Thank you, DJ. It's all very exciting. The XFL season may be kicking off in 2023, but the XFL is officially here in Arlington, Texas.